Hello everybody, White and Nerdy Man back with another episode of Heroes of Hammerwatch. Last time we actually were able to defeat the first boss, of which I was extremely surprised, and we got some upgrades for our character, blacksmith and level upgrades, and we are ready to go ahead and throw ourselves back at the dungeon. What do you have to say about that? If you enter, there's no turning back. Well, I'm definitely down for that. Hope you guys are still doing well. So this is something that happens whenever you defeat a boss for a particular floor. It opens up this portal that allows you to skip the entire floor after a nice round of gladiatorial-style combat. I want to take this on, but I would actually rather go ahead and explore through the floor so we can get some more ore. That way we can improve some of the buildings in town first. So, don't worry, my love. Maybe episode 3. Maybe episode 3. We will come back to you. And what I also generally like to do is I also like to play through the floor, at least the first floor anyway. You can already see that we're doing much more damage because of our upgrades to both the skill as well as the weapon and armor upgrades. Always very nifty. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm recording this episode same day as episode 1, so I'm not 100% sure what the feedback of episode 1 will be, but I'm just very appreciative for anybody who takes time out of their day to listen to me ramble whilst playing games that I enjoy. It is admittedly a stress-relieving experience. I do like it a lot, so whether it is more so for my benefit or yours, I am thankful for it either way. Yeah. We are already carousing here. Of course, we've got that new effect that is going on our character. That's increasing the evasion once we use a skill, which is pretty nice. Picking up some more money. It's still very satisfying. I don't know why. Yeah, I remember I was talking about last episode some true like rogue-like games, and another one that I forgot to mention was like Tales of Majayal, which is that one's a lot of fun. I really do need to get my daughters on in the video with me because my daughter and I rolled a character, a wizard that my daughter named Wizzery, and we were actually doing pretty good. It's she's almost 5, so she's still kind of like learning her letters and numbers and stuff like that. Got some ore, yay! So it was fun teaching her like which hotkeys to pick to use the spell to blow up the monster. I tell you what, parenthood, man, it is truly a blessed thing, and I'm thankful to God for it every single day. It does come with its own craziness and challenges, but it is one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done. Yes, even more than this YouTube channel. But life has been very, very good. I really don't have all that much to complain about. Ask me again in about 5 hours whenever I am in my shift, right smack dab in the middle of it, I might have a different story to tell, but no, seriously, I'm just very thankful to be where I am right now. I hope everybody is still doing well in wake of the ongoing pandemic. It's super strange times, a lot of crazy things going on, so if you ever need to talk to anybody or anything like that, I am no therapist by any means, but I always will want to have a word of encouragement for you guys. Feels like the necessitated space after I get bitten by a bug. More than anything that I can assure you is just that the troubles of like this life, the things that are going on, you know, pretty much everything is temporary in that regards. You know, I operate, of course, with the notion that God is in control at all times, and that includes even the bad things that happen. You know, if you don't hold to that, and I encourage you to look more into that, ask more questions about that, and just prompt more discussion. Like I said, I'm here. I've debated about doing sort of like, kind of like talk things related around that, like a podcast or something like that, but I don't know. I feel like that most of my YouTube videos kind of devolve into me, a White and Nerdy Man stream of consciousness, so I apologize for not a more of a formal format, but hey, here it is regardless. We have enough money and ore to take to the elevator shaft. The way that the tax works in this game is that the more money that you have in your bank account, the higher that your tax going back to town is. Of course, you can upgrade that away bit by bit with the appropriate amount of ore. I don't think the ore is ever taxed, which is very nice, because it's definitely hard to find. Floor 1 complete. But yeah, I remember that I had mentioned in the last video that my one of my favorite D&D classes to roll with is the Ranger. So tell me, for those of you, my fellow math rock rollers, what is your favorite class to roll as, and why? Any good campaign stories to share as well? I will share one of mine, since, you know, right now this conversation is pretty one-sided until I read comments later. I had a Ranger, lizard folk. He was not particularly the brightest of a fellow, and he was just kind of like on the lookout for food in the middle of a store that my party was in. And, you know, I caught a whiff of something that was like nice and leathery. So he was thinking, oh yay, steak, something along those lines, you know. So managed to get a natural 20 on the stealth check. So he was slinking away while everybody else was just talking to the distracted storekeeper. Found a book and mistook it for a piece of steak, and he ate it. And that particular book, much to my Dungeon Master's dismay, was a book that he had it was like some sort of like magical nomicon sort of thing that he had planned for one of the other members of my party to have to improve his spell base. Oh well, you live and you learn, I guess. So that's honestly one of my favorite things about D&D, is just those kind of weird stories that come up. Such a fun experience. That's something that I'm looking at doing more as well, is DMing at possibly, maybe one of these days, if I can really get a good campaign going and dedicated party members and time in my schedule. Oh, still not enough time for everything, man, I tell you what. But I would love to be able to broadcast those, whether on YouTube or by podcast format, and I'll keep you guys tuned in if any of you are interested in such things. Fantasy, token-based fantasy like that has always been a passion of mine for as long as I can remember. I'm just a nerd, man. I mean, it's in the name, White and Nerdy Man. More so based off of a Weird Al song at the time that I created the channel, but hey, it is a prospect that is still continued in its application to this very day. We are not doing badly at all this run. I say that, and then we'll get raffle stuff later. Let me know how many secret rooms I might be missing, by the way. Or anything that I may or anything I might be missing, or any gameplay advice that you have for me, or anything like that. I am an open book. Let me see. Got some more gold rolling in here. I don't know. So sometimes the elevator shafts are not guaranteed to spawn on every single level, which is a tad bit unfortunate, but it's just how it is. Let me see. After these couple of episodes that I've been recording today, I don't know when's the next time I'll actually be able to record. We have some guests that are coming over and staying for a week with us. So I don't know what my schedule will look like, or what my mornings will look like. Usually my mornings is the time that I can actually like sit down and record stuff. So results may vary and all that jazz. Let me, there we go. Gonna get those guys out of the corner here. We have a key. I have so many keys, but no treasure chests to put them in. Sounds like a lot in life, I guess. I was trying to see if there's any way to tell that you could have more keys than just, you know, the one icon here, because I know for a fact that I at least have 2, if not more. Apologies for those of you who are keeping track in my stead. Thank you very much. I'll just go ahead and send down the money. Not as much ore as I would like. We're getting to the 3rd floor, but because we need 5 pieces in order to get the next upgrade. But one of the buildings that we'll unlock in the future is the fountain, and the fountain adds just another layer, donkey, another layer of complexity to the experimental experience, where it allows you to make your run harder, but at the trade-off of more goods. if I could, you know, not get hit by the relatively slow-moving poison projectile, then we'll be in good shape. I do have a potion, but only with a single charge, so I would like to save that for the boss if I can possibly do so. Leveled up, so that kind of made that irrelevant. Level 4 now. We are a level 4 Jerry. Snagging that ore in my pocket. Let me see. Yeah, something that I want to also start, perhaps, is that, along with my standard narration of craziness, would possibly be to just start like a Q&A sort of thing, where I take your questions and try to answer them during my feed. Perhaps that'll be a more appropriate thing for streaming. But I do like to talk, and like every other human being out there, I have opinions, and I don't mind sharing them. Yeah. That's about the gist of that. I mean, dodging projectiles. It's just funny to see how much my game performance suffers whenever I am like really trying to talk and keep a conversation going. I tell you what though, the increased damage that we've had has been quite the boon, because I feel like that we've been cutting through these guys a little bit easier. I hate these plant dudes, whatever they're called. There is a proper bestiary, and I don't know. I haven't really thumbed through that, just because whenever I see these guys on the screen, my brain just says, kill. Kill anything that moves. You'll never take my freedom. Excellent. I'm kind of whittling all these guys down. Yeah, like I said, you really do get surrounded. Currently in my Switch iteration that I have going of this game, I am on the third level, I guess, if you will. Like, each level has 3 floors. 4 floors, I guess, technically counting the boss. And I have not been able to get past that one yet. I don't know if it's just because I'm not appropriately leveled up, but I mean, it is tough. I'm also excited to see what the DLC levels bring. I know that one of them, the most recent one that just came out, to the Moon Temple, is not particularly popular on Steam. I really don't trust a lot of the Steam reviews most times, because I feel like that my opinion can definitely vary. I don't know, everybody has their own subjective tastes when it comes to games, so it's just difficult to really tell what you're going to like and what you're not going to like until you actually play it. Good griefus, another key. So many keys. So many anti-skulls, so little time. I think that's the quote. All my Fairly Odd Parents nerds out there. Nickelodeon cartoons were such a staple of my childhood. I feel like that's also where I developed about 65% of my sense of humor. Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob quotes. Strictly SpongeBob Season 1 through 3, though. Everything else, in my opinion, is hot garbage. I don't know, I just hate what they did with Patrick. Like, he went from, like, a very lovable goof to, like, a really spiteful and hateful idiot. I don't know. Like, it just feels extremely forced. Then again, whenever your show is going on for, like, over 20 years, like, I feel like it's very difficult to find material and to bring something new to the table. I guess they found a formula and it works because it's still going, but I don't know, man. Back in my day, we had Substance Over Style or some jazz like that. This is one tangent that I did not know how I ended up here, but we are here regardless. There's we're carousing through this dungeon here. There's just something that is very satisfying. And also, this game reminds me a lot of, like, the Diablo loop as well. Like, I feel like that the gameplay, there's a bit more, I guess, player agency in the terms of, like, the controls. It's not just me, like, clicking on the enemies. It's like I'm also having to, like, I don't know, I feel like it's much easier to position yourself whenever you're, like, doing it's more of a twin-stick style game in terms of its actual gameplay. There we go, potion. I was like, where's the potion? That thing did a lot of damage. But I do like the more action-y base of it. Like in the sense that you actually get to have a little bit more control over the input of your character, as opposed to Diablo where you click to move but also click to attack. I don't know. I am not a StarCraft player by any means, but I feel like that it takes more so of that level of precision to get really a lot of finesse out of your movements in the Diablo-style games. But there was a time in my life I was really obsessed with those kind of games. I still really like them. Just not as much obsessed, I guess. What do you guys think of the new Diablo 2 Resurrected that just released? Hey, friendly neighborhood shady merchant. We're gonna still save our money. We're really needing that for some more upgrades. But I personally, I want to get it. It's a little bit out of my price range right now. I don't like to. I really am. I'm more of a stingy kind of person. I really wait for a good discount before I get a game, unless if it's sort of like Christmas or something like that. You know, I can't really afford to be getting like every single AAA title. I don't get review codes or anything like that because I don't do game reviews. So I do not know, but no, that game I think is like $40. Which, I mean, the game looks gorgeous. I do like the visuals a lot now. I actually have a computer that can run the daggone thing, but I don't know. I'll just stick with the old Diablo 2 for now. I also heard it's been kind of plagued with issues, so there's that. If any of you guys have played it, just let me know what you think in the comments. We're cruising right along. I don't think I saw an elevator shaft, unfortunately. I might have missed it. During my copious yakking and rambling. Now we'll just go ahead and go up to the next floor because there's going to be a shaft there anyway, and it will carry our ore to its prime destination. We'll see if we can beat the boss again. We do have a potion charge, so I feel like that we are in a more admirable place. Just have to buckle down and pay attention. Okay. There's our big baddie. I wonder if there will ever be a fountain upgrade that I will encounter at a later point that will affect the difficulty of bosses, like give them more health and armor and higher attack power and stuff like that. But the increase in rewards definitely has my appetite whetted. Has wet. I don't know. Past tense of wet. W-H-E-T. Kind of like a whetstone. Sharpened it. I'm rambling at this point. Yeah, I think, I say, oh yeah, we're all good, and then I get hit by a random rock. Rock lobster. There we go. Ooh, full plate mail. That'll be helpful. Got another piece of ore, and on to the next floor. Love that victory music. It's very nice. Yeah, next episode we will definitely go into the portal. I think we are now in a range where we can more feasibly take on the aforementioned horde of enemies. Got some diamonds here. Very nice. Got that satisfying, just tactile feeling of breaking stuff to get money. Thanks, Legend of Zelda. Yeah, one of these days, maybe I can also record stuff on my Switch. I don't know, I feel like that I definitely do need a separate card for that kind of endeavor. Potion. Okay, maybe I am mistaken in my initial assumption that I would be able to take on the skeleton hordes. We'll see. There's a lot more room to maneuver in the level that I have in mind, so bear that for what it's worth, I suppose. Another key for another chest for another day. Hopefully we can find the button for the door once once we're actually able to, like, really delve properly into the dungeon. Some of the tiles that they use for the daggone button are downright insidious. Like, I've only stumbled upon some of them sometimes, but just like mere chance. Like, oh yeah, this actually happened to be a key. Congratulations. Or not a key, but a secret button. I don't know. My aim is terrible. There we go. Get rid of the bats. I'm used to the sorcerer where he has larger projectiles that move a smidge bit slower and don't travel as far. So, I'm not used to the faster ones of the ranger getting pelted by arrows. But I do love the range on this. That and also mouse and keyboard versus controller can also make a difference as well. Don't worry, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just rationalizing my sudden dip in skill, okay? Just let me cope. Collected some monies. Not doing too badly so far. I know that one of my longer runs I was able to go much farther. Elevator shaft, but there's so much ore. There's like ore right there. I don't really want to chance it. Because of those terrible... Those plant things have killed me more times than I would like to admit. Got some beetles. I kind of got him in a good position where... my arrows apparently are traveling a long way because they're aggroing enemies way off screen. It's funny. Just gotta keep an eye on those plant things because I think one of those will kill me. Whew. Just keep it going. Oh, I said it and then it happened. Big man eater. Gotta love it. Well, so we will go ahead and end that episode there where we'll head back to town and we'll get our upgrades rolling on there. But, so frustrating. I said it and then it happened. I promise I did not plan it that way. We do have enough ore to purchase another upgrade. So we will go ahead and do that forthwith. We will get the apothecary. I do like the ore trader, but I don't use it nearly as much as before. But that way we can go ahead and get our potions upgraded. We can get another slot, which means, you know, another use. It's a whole nother refill. Basically another life, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. Giving to the permanent nature of the game the potion charges. Yes, please. This will also increase the amount of health that we get, so sure, we'll get both of these. Health and mana. So not bad, we have another pip on our potion. I don't think I can afford anything else here. Just a critical chance upgrade. The ore costs start to get exponentially more expensive as time goes on. So we'll enjoy these quick upgrades for now. And speaking of upgrades, let's upgrade to Flurry of Arrows 2. The ranger spins around and fires 32 arrows of your current level of bow shot. Alright. So I have a little bit more equipment, a little bit more upgrades, feeling a little bit better. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and mosey on up to the entrance of the dungeon. I don't know why I'm necessarily ending the episode here, because it's not like that it spawns me right directly in front of that when I come back to the game anyway. But thank you guys very much for tuning in. This is White and Nerdy Man. I've been enjoying this, been having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are too. Any suggestions, just let me know. Anything that you need encouragement on, hey, just let me know as well. I'm here for you. You know, I'm just very thankful for anybody who takes the time out of their day to tune in to this crazy dude who has been armed with a YouTube channel and is slightly dangerous with that. I don't know. But alrighty, you guys have a good one and a happy new year, and I will see you next time.